Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you one way a cybercriminal might conduct a man-in-the-middle attack while on a shared network with you. So I kind of want to preface this before I even begin by saying this demonstration is strictly for educational purposes, kind of raise awareness about network security. And the whole idea is hopefully by the end of this video, you kind of walk away with having a better understanding of the basics of a man-in-the-middle attack. So right away, I have my two machines up. I'm going to be pulling up the terminals on both of them. And I want to start with doing ifconfig. Okay, so we are on a shared network. They both have similar subnet as well. So from here, the first command I want to run is I want to do a net discover on my attacking machine. This is basically going to tell me what devices are on the same network and or subnetwork as me. And this may take a few minutes, so I'm just going to let this run. This is just an example, so I already know what I'm looking for. In the wild, people are not really going to know what they're looking for. They'll sometimes will use the MAC address to maybe further locate what they are actually in fact looking for. So what I'm going to do is hit Control-C to cancel that scan. And from here, we can kind of go into our next tool that we're going to be using. We're going to be using ARP spoof. But actually, before we do that, and before we get into that, we need to tell our machine, our attacking machine, to forward packets. So, and we can do that with an echo 1. It's going to be the proc process system network IPv4, and then we're going to do IP forward. I'm going to tab to complete it. So IP forwarding tells our system to forward packets from one network interface to another. Basically, it's letting our machine act as a gateway between the devices that we're going to be kind of in between. So now that we have that out of the way, the next tool we're going to be using is ARP spoof. And for this one, we want to specify the interface, and we're going to be using our Ethernet 0 interface, and we're going to be specifying our targets with a -T. So this is why we ran this command initially. So this is our router, and this is our machine that we're going to be attacking. So I'm going to be taking this IP address of this machine, and then I'm going to be adding the router IP, because this is the connection. It's going from this Ubuntu machine to our router, and we're going to be in between it. And before I run this though, I want to open another terminal and do the same thing. Same interface. But this time I'm going to switch the targets because I want to confuse both of the targets. So see how this time I'm putting the router first instead of the other machine. I'm going to hit enter on this. Oh, so I actually do have to run this as an administrator. It requires elevated privileges. It doesn't tell you that, but that's basically what it is. So let me write that one more time. And here we go. So we're sending ARP requests to both of the devices. We're sending it to the gateway to pretend to be the gateway, and we're sending it to this target machine to pretend to be this target machine to the other party. So in this instance, we're sending it to the target. We're sending it to the gateway, and we're pretending to be this machine. And then in this instance, we're sending it to this target machine, and we're pretending to be the gateway. And that's what these ARP spoofs are. So we got that running. You also want to open up another terminal, and we want to run URL snarf. And we're going to specify our interface, the same interface we've been using this whole time. Now what this does is over time, oh, I got to run as an administrator as well. Over time, it's going to be showing us certain websites. It listens on port 80, port 8080. What it's doing is actually just listening. It's going to listen, and it's going to tell us what particular websites we're going to be going. So it's catching all of the websites. So, and it takes a few minutes to run as well in the background. So now we can kind of go into our target machine and surf the web. I'm going to minimize that. And I do want to run Wireshark in this example as well. I'm going to be turning it on. We're getting a flood of packets, right? So I'm going to do ip.source, and I'm going to put it to equal the source IP being the gateway. So we can see this coming through. And here's our source. And it's going to the destination address. So the source is our router, and it's going to this destination IP. We can take this a step further. Maybe we want to specify our target, this one. And we can do that right here. And we can kind of see some of these requests coming through. We can see the protocols. And we can get some more information on it. We can do something like this and follow the stream. But the issue is it's going to be coming back because it's still using HTTPS, so it's going to be encrypted. But we can cancel this. If we want to just specify and filter between the two machines that we're kind of being a man in the middle for, we can do something like this command right here. So it's IP source, and it's going to be the gateway, and then we're going to pipe it, and it's going to be this IP destination, and we're going to see what comes through. And these are in chronological order from the beginning of this connection. But we also do want to filter for TCP connection. So we're going to hit this protocol and just kind of go to TCP. We get a lot of different results coming through. But if I was to hit one of these, if I was to do this and want to filter a little bit more, I might do something like this, where I put these in parentheses. I do it and symbol twice. And TCP contains. And we can maybe put keywords. So we went to this website. Maybe we put Seattle and see if anything comes through with this filter. In here, I know it's like garbled. It's garbled text because it's using HTTPS. You'd see, you'd be able to see that Seattle keyword that we were looking for. It's right here. It's right here in Washington. So this is how you can kind of use some of these tools and discover hosts on your network and conduct a man-in-the-middle attack.